Yes.
So what we are going to learn dimension style, even though we have learned a little bit last week, we'll repeat that. Okay. Dim style is nothing but to create a dimension style. Okay, just like a text style, it is better to create a dimension style before making your dimensions. Okay. Otherwise, also you can use the dimension directly. There will be standard text style will be standard dimension style can be used and we can proceed. It's always better to have your own dimension style. So we'll say dim style. Okay, so you are coming to the dialog box. So first I will click new. Okay, then I will give a name. My dim 2. This is the name I give, and I am creating the style from the standard ISO 25. Continue. Okay, so you are reaching here dialog box again. And at the top you can see various tabs: lines, symbols, text, fit, primary, alternate unit, tolerance, etc. So one by one tab we have to go and make necessary modification. That is the idea. First we'll go to lines. In lines basically is talking about the dimension line. This is the dimension line. These are the dimension line. Okay. Extended then extension line. So these are extension line. Extended beyond all these things. So here you need not do any corrections. Just leave as it is. Okay. If you want to have a specific color for this, then only you can use this. For example, you see dimension line, you want separate color, then you can just select from here red. You can see that all the dimension line become red. But basically, you don't require that. Just keep it as a bilayer. You keep. Okay. And here, this is the extension line. So this one, that's also you can change the color if you want. You can change the color. You want to make it thick and thin, something like that. Line weight you can change, make it thick and thin, something like that. Usually you can just standard, but once you started preparing professional drawing, then you can use all this settings in line. Otherwise, just leave it as a, you don't make any changes, keep it as a default settings. Okay. Symbols. This is very important. Symbols is a place where you change the what type of arrowheads you want. You see here now it is closed fill, closed fill. Okay, if I change this to closed blank, you can see it is a blank. It is not filled now. Close. This is a dot. You can see all the dot one. You can see oblique. That means tick mark. Okay, when you select the first one, both will change. First one is this one. Second one is this one. There are two arrowheads are there. One, two arrowheads. Okay, so just change the first, you will get the other. Okay, the leader you just leave it as it is. Always better to keep the close fill will be better. This arrowhead you can change anytime. Okay, I'm keeping as a close fill. And don't make any size change in other thing. Just keep it as it is. These values you keep as it is. Okay, so you'll be changing only the arrowheads from symbols and arrows. Don't make any other changes. Now we'll go to the text. You see, if you have not made any dimension style, he is taking standard. Okay, standard the text style. You can, these are the text style you created when you create the text style. These are different. You can either use that one. You can use this. You can see the text are changing. You can change simplex, standard, whichever you want. You can use the text style. If you have not made text style, you can just click here, and you will come to the text style box, and you can create new and other thing. Can make your own style. So that's what you'll be doing from here. All other you keep this text color, fill color, all thing default, and here you have to do text placement, where you want to keep the text. You see, this is above because it is above vertical. You see, you have to change only in the vertical above. Suppose you want to keep it in the center, you select the center. Now all the dimension text will be in the center. Okay, when you keep above, you can keep more. Okay, you can keep above. Always better to keep above, but if you want, you can be the center also. This horizontal view direction, this you don't change anything, just keep as it is, default settings. Okay, and another thing is the text alignment. You have to keep aligned with the dimension style. Okay, sometimes it will be in the horizontal. That means all the dimensions are horizontal. See, we don't want like that. We should be parallel to the dimension line. So always keep aligned with the dimension line. It will be parallel to the text will be parallel to the dimension line. Okay, so that you will be using from text. Okay, when you are in the text, always note down this text height, because this will be you will be using to create the scale text height. Write down this. It is 2.5. Okay, you keep noting, and we'll be using this value to select our scale. Then we'll go to fit. In the fit, don't make any other change except the scale. You see here, scale for dimension feature. There are two things are there. One is the annotative, and the other one is use overall scale. So we'll be using overall scale here, and you have to give the scale here. So the scale is the text height you want divided by text style given in the text tab. Okay, so usually you want the text height, this height. It's about 200 or 250. That is the text height you are using. Okay, so the text height you want, that is 2.250 divided by this value, 2.5. So you will get 100. So that 100 you have to keep it. Type here. If it is 200, 200 divided by 2.5, it will be 80. So that scale you have to give here. Okay, so this value is very important. Sometimes this will be 0.18, sometimes it will be 2.5. So you have to, based on that one, you have to calculate. Okay, so if it is 0.18, it will be 250 divided by 0.18, it will be 1,400. You have to put 1,400 here. Okay, this is very important. So when you give this scale, it affects everywhere. The arrow size, the text size, the dimension, everything is affected. So it's always better to change here instead of changing all these values. You change here and it will be big confusion. So always come here in the fit, just give the overall scale. Okay, so that's what you will be doing from fit. In the primary units, it is just, you can see that everywhere it is showing 2 decimal point here, 1128 decimal point, and it is instead of decimal point, it is showing comma, 1128 comma 78. We can change this into point. So here decimal separator, it is comma here. You have to keep it as a period. Okay, so 112628.78. When you are using the millimeters, better not to have the decimal points. You can just keep it as a 0. Okay, so this will not affect the units which you are, when you are starting a drawing, you are giving units and here decimal point. That is only for decimal, for the limits and other line and other, but dimension you have to keep from here. So if you are using centimeter and meter, definitely you may require 2 decimal. Millimeter can have 0. So it is left to you. Okay, and see that here it is period is there. Otherwise all the dimension will be with comma, it will come. Okay, other thing, don't change anything. Alternate also, just leave these two. So we have changed the symbol, arrow symbol. Then you have selected what type of text you want and see that always aligned and vertical here above or center. Then you give the scale. So how will you calculate the scale? That is this text height. You should remember the text height required. Usually when we take a printout, you require 200 or 250 divided by this value. Whatever value given here, that will be the overall scale here. You have to type that value. Okay. Now I have taken 200 the height. So 200 divided by 2.5, 80. Okay. Then primary units, if you want, you can change the precision. Don't make any other changes here. Okay. There is one scale factor here. This is if you want to, whatever measurement, if you want to show double, then you can use here number 2. If you keep 2 here, all the measurement, actual measurement multiplied by 2. Okay, so if it, the dimension, original dimension 2 meter, it will multiply by 2. So always keep as 1 there. Okay, and you have to keep as set current. So this is the style we created now. Set current. Close. Now you have created the dimension style and you are ready to do your dimensions. Okay, so you see that you are in the dimension. You are in the dimension style. The layer is also dimension. You can go and check the layer. You are in the dim layer. So go here, annotate, and dimensions here. So this is the dimension you have to use for horizontal and vertical. Okay. So either you use from here. The command for this is dimlin. Dimlin. Have you noted the tab, all the details? Where you have to go to and notate here. If you are in the home, there is a dimension here, but all the dimension may not be there. So it is better to go here and notate. Here, these texts are the dimensions are there. So we'll select the dimension. This is for horizontal and vertical, which you can get from here. You can see here. When you click this one, you can see there are linear, aligned, angular. There are different type of measurements here. Linear means horizontal or vertical dimension. So the command for this is dimlin. Either you can type dimlin, means dimension linear. Dim, D-I-M-L-I-N, dimlin. Enter. He's asking first point. Okay, so I want to do the dimension here. So first I will show here. First point, second point, and location. Click. Okay, so this is dimlin, dimension linear. So this you will use to create horizontal or vertical. This is vertical. So we'll use again dimlin. Go here and show the location. This is dimlin. You can get it from here. Linear, dimlin. See, when you click that one, he is typing dim linear. Okay. So that is the first command. Suppose you have an angular line here. Okay, I want to do the dimension for this. So this dimlin will not work. Suppose you use the dimlin here. You see here, he is not creating based on that. So you have to use dim align. Dim align, this one. Dim align. So I will say dim A-L-I, dim align, A-L-I, dim ali. Okay, and select the first line, send the first point, dim ali, dimension align, 1, 2, 3. See, it's automatically parallel to, you get that. So you have to, whenever you have an angular type of line, and if you want to dimension it, use dim align, dim align. And suppose you have a line here and you have a line here and you want to write the angle for this. So dim, you will be using dim angle, D-I-M-A-N-G, dim ang. Enter. You show the first line, show the second line, and you see the dimension. Can show the dimension here, can show the dimension here. Click. Okay, so that you can get from here. Dim angular. Okay, dim angular. And suppose if I want to do dim linear, dim lin, enter. First line, first point, second point. Before showing the location, This is it is showing now 3800 is the distance between these two. And you have done a small mistake. There is no time for correction and the thing. So what you will do is you can correct this 3800. So before showing the location, you just say T, enter. So he'll be asking what is the dimension type text you want to type. So I'll say 4000. Enter. Now you show the location. Okay. So before showing the location, if you want to make any changes, then you have to use T. So what are the commands? Steps, dimlin, then show the first point, show the second point, then say T, enter, type the new value, enter, then you show the location. Okay, that's how you do the. You can correct this later also, but if you want to that time itself, you want to make the other dimension, whichever you want to put, the text value, you can change it. Okay, I will repeat here. Dim, lin, first point, second point. So before showing here, I will say T, enter, value, I'll say 3300. This is the value I want, enter. Now you show the location. So this is how you put the dimensions, whichever you want. Okay, otherwise it gives you the exact dimension. Okay, now we'll come to the third one is dim radius. There is an arc length. Suppose you have an arc here. Arc. Second point, third. I want to put the dimension for this. So there you will be using dimension arc. So dim arc. Enter. Select the arc. Show the location. Click. Okay. Sometimes what happens is when you dim arc, select this. If you show very close now, if you keep like this now, suppose you want to show very close. See, it will not put because it will catch the endpoint. That is why he is putting the same location. So always, if you are not getting, you zoom it, dim arc, show a little, be careful. Okay, see now that it is selecting the perpendicular or center and other thing, mid X. So just keep like this so that object snap is not affecting. Click. That's how you do the dim arc. Radius. Suppose you have a circle here and I want to put a radius for this. So I'll say dim rad and select this, and here or here you show. So he's reading R and that radius is written. Dim rad. That you can get from here. Dim rad. Dim rad. Same you can put a diameter also. Dim dia. Should be thorough with the command because every version the settings will change, but the command will be the same. So always you should be familiar with the command. Okay. And sometimes a command is very easy. Say for example, instead of going and searching line, I can say L, just say space bar, my L, space bar, my line command is ready. So sometimes a command is easier. Okay. Okay, now I want to write the diameter like this. Here, how can I do that? So what you have to use the dim linear command, dim lin, and you want to from here, which is quadrant. So you have to use the quadrant. Quadrant, or you can type QUA, dim lin, first point, quadrant. So this quadrant. Second point again this quadrant. Okay, and show you wherever you want you can show. You see now I have done this dimension. Okay, so I will repeat this again. You have to use the dimlin. So the quadrant here QUA, or you can type QUA again quadrant. This point. You want exactly center, then you select center, click. So automatically goes to center. You can click this one and drag it down if you want. If you want to show like this, you can drag it like this. You can show. Sometimes you want to show the dimension like this. In this case, or showing the diameter, if you want to show like this, then use the dimlin quadrant. Then you can show the location. Okay. Now let us move on to the next one. Diameter we have seen. Jogged. Suppose you have an arc. I want to give a jogged like this. Jogged. Okay, a dim jog. Dim, J-O-G. Dim jog. Okay. You select this and show a location, and you can see that. Okay, so that is how you do the jog dimension. I'll repeat that again. Dim jog, J-O-G. Enter. Select the arc. Show the second point and third point where you want it. Okay. Okay. Later you can click this. You can click this and make modification if you want. You can do here, adjust here, whatever you can do. All the dimension you can do changes. So this is dim jog. Dim ordinate I will show you later. And suppose I have a line here. I want to do the dimension for this. So first I will do dimlin. So this is my dimlin. When you use this one, this is dimlin only. Okay. Click this. First point, second point, location. Now I want to put the other dimension, same line continuously. Okay, so the shortcut is instead of again dimlin, there is a command called dim cont, dim cont. Okay, or dim con also you can type dim con. Okay, you can see from here this is continue dimension dim con. Click this and show the second point. You need not show your first point again. Just show. So it automatically keep the dimension same line, and you need not show first point, second point, location. No need to show. Okay, I'll repeat again. You do the first dimension using dimlin. Okay, first point, second point, location. If you want to continue, use the dim con, D-I-M-C-O-N. This one. Click and just show the second point. So it gives you the same line. Okay, so we have learned a command called dimcon, D-I-M-C-O-N. Okay, now suppose what happens is I have done. Okay, I'm doing the dim lin. Dim continue. I stopped here. I want to continue here, not here. What we'll do? You have to use the dim con command. Dim con, and there is a command called here select. You see here select command is there. Since I want to move from here, he is already here. Continue. I want to go here. I will say select. Yes, and select this. So automatically select from there. I hope you got it. I'll repeat again. I'm doing dimension here. Dim continue here. Dim con. I want to start from here. Here, like this. Okay. Dim con. Okay. Repeat again here. I have done dim lin. Dim con. Okay, so I have broke some command. I am coming back here. So I have to select dim continue, select the continue dimension, this one. Now I want to go here. So I can't use the same one. I will use the select because it's another place. Okay, that's how you use the select. So this is dim continue. There is same way you have a dim base. All the dimension you want to give from here. Okay, so first you make the dim lin. Click here. Now you say either you can go out and say dim. Instead of continue, I don't want to continue. I want to say dim base. Dim base. And you see that everything is coming from this point. See, dim base. So first you will do the dim lin, then you will change it to dim base. Repeat again. We have done one dim lin. I want to do dim base, so I'll go here, select the baseline, select the second point, select the third point. You can see that it is giving everything from the base. So this is dim base. So this dim continue and dim base are very useful. And later, if these are touching, you can select it and take little down and up. You can take it little down anytime. You can adjust the location and other thing. Okay. And after this, if you want to do the correction here, what is the command for text to change? Editing the text, what is the command? Anyone remembers? What is the command to edit the text? Anyone? Hello? Anyone remember? Suppose you have done the text and you want to correct it. What is the command? Text edit. Okay. Same thing you can use here also. Just here. Only thing is that you have to delete this first one. Otherwise, now he'll type in the beginning. Suppose I want to make it 4,000. So if I type 4,000, it comes front of this. See? Front of this. Okay. So better to delete the first one. Select this. Delete. Now you type the new value, 4,000. Okay. So to change the dimension text edit. Okay, that is a command. Text edit if you make any corrections. Text edit, write down. To edit the dimension, text edit and select the dimension to change. Delete that and type the new one. Delete and type the new one. Okay. So we have seen in dim align, dim angle, dim rad, dim dia, dim arc, dim base, dim con, and we have seen dim jog, dim arc. Everything we have seen. There is another thing is which is not important. I will just show you what exactly it is. This is just to listen only. This is to write the coordinates. I have some lines here. I'm just offsetting this 1000. And you want to write down what is the x coordinate, what is the y coordinate for this. Okay, so you can use the dimension ordinate, dim odd, dim ordinate. So you just select this line, just show here. So the x value here is 6434. So this he is measuring this. This value is actually this height from origin. So this, suppose you bring that origin here, from origin this height, from origin this height is 6434. Okay, so here it will be automatically 1000 will be added more. So dim. Okay, just show you. Don't worry about this. You need not do it. See here, automatically 1000 is increased because this is 1000. Okay, this 6434 is the distance from vertical distance from the origin of this xy. This is the origin. From here, 6434 is this point. Okay, suppose you want here 00, then you have to move this here. Okay, so those confusing, no need for you to bother now. I don't want to go so much deep into it. Don't worry. This is for ordinary. You can put the same way y also. You can put dim odd. This is value. So from x, this is the value. Okay. Don't worry about this. Okay. So now you can see we have another very interesting command called qdim, dimension. Okay. What is the purpose of that? I can do all this dimension with one command instead of going dimlin, dim continue, no need. I can use the qdim, q dimension, qdim. You type qdim, select the measurement whatever you want, cross window, enter, come down and show the location. You see, automatically put dimlin as well as dim continue. I'll repeat, qdim with a cross window, show this, enter, and show the location. Click. So it gives you one. Where it is used, suppose I want to put the dimension. Here, if I want to do the dimension, I have to do dimlin, dim continue, like that I have to do. Okay. So one method is, first you do the, see there is one more thing you can do when you want to do the dimension. I can just draw a small rectangle, just to get that intersection very easily. Okay, now I want to do dimension here. I want to do the dimension here, so I'll say annotate. So instead of going and so instead of going and searching here, I can show here very easily. Click. Now I will say dim continue. Just click this intersection point. Okay. Now I want to put this gap also. This. So I will say dim continue. Just show this point. See that 100 has come. This gap is 100. This 100 is not in the same line. So you can just select it and move it wherever you want. When you move, be careful that the object snap is off. Otherwise, it will catch one of the object snaps. Click. See? Suppose I want to do the here also. So dim, I can use a dim con, select, see this dimension he has done dim base, not dim continue, because that is the last one. It was we'll do it again. We used dim base last one, so he was using that. So I will say dim lin. First point here. Okay, I have to type dim continue or select from here dim continue because it was a dim base here. Continue. So anytime you can, when I say dim continue, I have to do from here. So select, click. The 100 is not in level. Click, adjust that value. Sometimes you have to switch off the ortho. Click. Okay. So this editing, all the things you can do. Now you want to write overall distance. So dim lin overall from here. If you are finding any difficulty here, type your dim lin command. Sometimes that may create problem. So you can use object snap on. So I'm showing the outer point. Outer point. Outer to outer. This one. So this is my outer to outer dimension. See here. Suppose I want to show this a little bigger size. Now it is getting same because outer to outer measurement I want to show little bigger size. So I will use the command properties. Properties. Select this. Come here. Go down. Okay. Lines and others. Text. There is a fit command there used to type the scale. Okay. Dim scale. You see here. Dim scale is 80 we have given. You can change it to 120. So you will change only for this. Enter. So it became bigger. See, you can change the, if you want only one change, go to properties. I hope you got it. So now if I want to do the, now once you finish this one, you can just erase this rectangle. Now I want to do the dimension for this. One command I want to do. So I will use QDim. QDim. I'll show here, select this, enter, click. See, you are not getting this properly because you, it is a, over here, this confusion was not now little confusing is giving. Again, dim, QDim, dim. Let's just make one and come back. Now we'll do the show dim. It's giving some problem. Is catching the other one. I'll come back to this. Any shortcut is there? See, there is no problem here. Here you are getting clearly. Here's some confusion coming. Let me check what is the problem. Here you are getting automatically dimension. That is QDIM. We'll come back to that later again. Now, okay, we'll have a circle here, and I want to mark this. I want to mark this as this is a tree. I want to write. So here I will use the leader. You see, when we were creating the dimension style, we have seen one leader. So that is here we are going to use. We say leader, Leader, leader. Select the point wherever you want to start. Click here. Click. Enter. Now you write. This is my. You can see that. So this is called leader. Writing, marking. So if you want to write some block is there, you want to write down this is my block or this is a tree or something like that, you can use leader command. Use again leader, leader. First point, you can select whichever you want. Suppose I will say nearest point. I will use nearest point, NEA. Here, arrow. Okay. You can do any number of line you can do. Once you finish that lining, enter. Some problem. I'll just leader. First point, I would say nearest. Enter. From here, I want to write here. Here, enter. Now what you want to write there? This is my block. Enter. Enter. So you can see. Okay. This is coming above because in the dim style, when I say dim style, this is the style we are using. My dim 02, modify it. Next, you can see that we have given above. So that is why all the dimensions are coming above. You can see this, all the dimensions are above. Suppose you every dimension you want to make it to center. Anytime you can go in, change. So I'll say dim style. Go select your dimension style which you are using. That is why I told you make your own style. Modify. Now I want everything above. So I'll go to text. Now it is above. I want to make it to center. You see all the dimensions are above. I want to make it to center. Make it to center. Okay. See everything became center and it became also center. Okay. Suppose you want to make it to tick mark here. Instead of arrow, you want to make tick mark. Okay. Dim style. So here select your dim. This is the dim. Modify. So your in symbols it is close till I want tick mark, which is oblique. It is called oblique. Like this tick mark. You see, if you are dot, you select the dot. So I will use the oblique, which is the tick mark. Okay. Okay. You see, it changed, but it did not change here because that is separate settings. You see, it changed to tick. It did not change. For leader, always you require the arrow like this. So if you want to change this also, dim style, select your dimension style, modify. But you see here, leader, it is arrow. That is why you can change it to oblique. Suppose let's make it to dot. Okay, you can see that is a dot. So wherever you show leader, it will be dot, and wherever dimension, it will be tick mark. So anytime you can go and change, and everywhere you want to change the height more, everywhere. Then again, dim style, modify, go to, you see now you are given 80, you can change it to 100. So everywhere it will change. Okay. Only if you want to change only one, you have to go to properties and change. If you want all, you can change. So not only when you change the scale, not only change the size of the tick mark also. That size also will automatically change. Okay. Now here I was doing the I was doing the leader. There is another command called Q leader. Q leader. Quick leader. In the quick leader, when I say settings, you can give, you can create a different type of leaders. One is M text, where you want to type M text. Copy an object. Suppose you want to copy this to somewhere else. Copy. You can, here instead of writing, you want to put a block here. You can show a block reference. None. If you want only arrow, use the none. Okay, let us see M text. So what I did, I say Q leader, settings, and M text I am taking. Show the first point. Wherever you want. Okay. Okay. Enter. Now you are in M text command. You can type whatever you want. See, M text. You can change another one. So Q leader, enter, settings as copy an object. Now you are in copy an object. So you see the, show the place, you want here, and I want to copy this here. So I just select that, automatically copies it. Copy object. Okay. Again, Q leader, settings as block reference. I want to, instead of writing, I want to show a block. Okay. So if you remember the block, you can put a question mark. Okay, I think we have a tree. See, the tree is coming here, so I can show that tree. That is block. If you want only, now you see all those dots are coming. Dim style, I will go and change. Instead of dot, I will change it to close fill or open, closed blank. So it became closed blank, you see, closed blank. Okay, Q leader, settings, none. That means you want only the arrow. Suppose you want only one arrow. How you want it, like this, like this, like this, like this. See, you have only arrow, none. Okay, so queue leader is a very powerful command. Okay, so I think you write down that